Hello everyone, myself Netravati KV, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Government First Grade College, Mulgund, Gadag District. In this video, I am going to cover a small topic from the subject Business Environment. The topic I am going to cover is Industrial Policy of Economic Environment from the chapter Economic Environment. Learning objective of this video is to make you to understand about the industrial policy of economic environment. After going through this video, you will be able to analyze the new industrial policy. Industrial policies. Before the independence of India, the British government followed the laissez-faire policy in the matter of industrial development in the country. It did not adopt a positive policy to help the Indian industries for their all-round development. After independence in 1947, the national government keen to achieve rapid industrial development and therefore adopted a progressive industrial policies. Industrial Policy 1948. The Government of India announced the first industrial policy in 1948. This policy made a statement that state would play a progressively active role in the development of industries. The ideal envisaged in the policy statement was a sort of mixed economy in which both the public sector and private sector would each play their role in the industrial field. The Industrial Policy 1956. On April 30th, 1956, the government revisited the Industrial Policy 1948 and announced the Industrial Policy 1956. The reasons behind revision are the introduction of the Constitution of India, the adoption of planning system, the Parliament's declaration of adopting a socialistic pattern of society. These policies stressed the importance of small-scale and cottage industries for expanding employment opportunities. The Industrial Policy 1977. In December 1977, the government revisited the Industrial Policy 1956 and announced the Industrial Policy 1977. The reason behind revision is demerits taken place in the implementation of the Industrial Policy 1956, which are delay in the growth of per capita income, increased unemployment, decreased industrial output, increased industrial sickness. The Industrial Policy 1980. On July 23, 1980, the government revisited the Industrial Policy 1977 and announced the Industrial Policy 1980. The reasons behind revision are for the promotion of export-oriented and also import substitution industries, extending a preferential treatment to agro-related industries to increase the agriculture base of the economy, optimum utilization of installed capacity, higher productivity and more employment, preferential treatment for industrial backward units to remove regional disparities. Industrial Policy 1990. On May 31st, 1990, the government revisited the Industrial Policy 1980 and announced the Industrial Policy 1990. The policy was designed to achieve the following objectives. To reorient the industrial growth to ensure employment generation, to encourage dispersal of industries in the rural areas, to increase export of small industries. The new Industrial Policy 1991. On July 24, 1991, the government revisited the Industrial Policy 1990 and announced the Industrial Policy 1991. Objectives of this policy are to maintain a sustained growth in productivity, to attain technological dynamism, to correct distortion that many have crept in industrial sector over 40 years. Features of new industrial policy: industrial licensing, foreign investment, foreign technological policies, public sector policies, MRTP Act. These are the features of new industrial policy. Firstly, industrial licensing. Industrial licensing, the first one is abortion of licensing. Industrial licensing will be abolished for all projects except for a short list of 18 industries related to security and strategy concerns. And the second one is compulsory licensing. Compulsory licensing is not applicable to small scale industries taking up the manufacturing of certain specifically listed out goods. Reservation for the public sector. Areas where security and strategic concerns predominate will be reserved for public sector. And the next one is automatic clearance. In project where imported capital goods are required, automatic clearance will be given in such cases. And the next one is location policy. In location other than cities of more than 1 million population, there will be no requirement of obtaining industrial approval from central government except for industrial subject to compulsory licensing. The next one is broadbanding facilities. Existing and new industrial units will be provided new broadbanding facility to enable them to produce any article so long as no additional investment in plant and machinery is involved. And the next one is exemption of convertibility class. The exemption from the licensing will apply to all substantial expansion of existing units. The next one is abortion of convertibility class. The mandatory of convertibility class enabling financial institutions to convert loans into equity will no longer applicable for term loans extended by financial institution for new projects. And the next one is abortion of registration schemes. All existing registration schemes such as DE, licensed registration, exempted industrial registration and DGTD registration will be abolished. And next one is foreign investment policy. Under that, the first one is automatic approval for direct foreign investment. Approval will be given for foreign investment up to 51% of equity in high priority industries as against the present 40% equity in FERA, which will be amended in due course. And the next one is no bottlenecks. There shall be no bottlenecks of any kind in the clearance of proposals for foreign entry proposals. And the next one is expatriation of dividend. The payment of dividend would be monitored through the Reserve Bank of India so as to ensure that outflows account of dividend payments are balanced by export earnings over a period of time. The next one is special empowered board. A special empowered board would be set up to negotiate with the number of large international firms. And the next one is foreign investment free. Investment of foreign firms would be considered in totally free from predetermined parameters of procedures. The next one is foreign equity participation in trading companies primarily engaged in export activities. In order to provide access to international markets, majority foreign equity holding up to 51% equity will be allowed for trading companies primarily engaged in export activities. The next one is foreign technological policies. Under the first one, automatic permission for foreign technology agreements. Automatic permission will be given for the foreign technology agreements in high priority industries up to a lump sum payment of 1 crore. Automatic permission to other industries. Automatic permission will be given to other industries subject to the same guidelines. No permission for service of foreign technicians. No permission is necessary for hiring of foreign technicians or for foreign testing of indigenously developed products. And the next one is public sector policies. Review of public sector investments. Portfolio of public sector investment will be reviewed with a view to focus the public sector on strategic, high-tech and essential infrastructure. Private sector to unreserved areas, which reservation of industrial for the public sector would be continued. There would be no bar for openings such as not reserved for it. And the next one is public sector to enter unreserved area. The public sector will also be permitted to enter in areas not reserved for it. The next one is sick public sector enterprises. Public sector enterprises which are chronically sick. And the next one, socially security mechanism. A socially security mechanism will be created to protect the interest of workers likely to be affected by such rehabilitation packages. And next one is public participation. In order to raise resources and encourage wider public participation, part of the government shareholding in the public sector would be offered to mutual funds, financial institutions, general public and workers. Professionalization of management. The board of directors of public sector companies would be made more professional and given greater powers. And thrust of performance improvement. There will be greater thrust on performance improvement through the memorandum of understanding system, through which management would be granted greater autonomy and will be held accountable. And next one, Monopolistic, Restrictive and Unfair Trade Practices Act. Under that we can find first one, amendments. The MRTP Act will be amended to remove some limitations and MRTP companies and dominate undertakings. Newly constituted MRTP commission-wide powers. The MRTP commission will be newly constituted and given very wide powers to initiate investigations on complaints received from the industrial consumers or any other classes of customers regard to monopolistic and trade practices. References which helped me to make this video are Business Environment book written by K.D. Baswa sir, Business Environment book written by K. Ashwathappa sir, and some information I collected from the Google. Thank you.